please look at the exceptional case of Assam and the extraordinary case of Uttar Pradesh Panchayat election. They would tell you the real story of what is happening in this. Wherever you do SIR, you have all the consequences that I have mentioned. Because in Assam, they said no enumeration form, no this thing, zero exclusion in Assam. And incidentally, my lord, I forgot to say, Assam is the only state where gender ratio actually went up after SR. There is not SIR. Wherever you do SIR, gender ratio is down. Assam, you do not do SIR, gender ratio goes from 1002 to 1004. And Uttar Pradesh, extraordinary case, my lord. Two constitutional authorities are trying to determine how many voters there are in Uttar Pradesh. Exactly the same eligibility criteria. One constitutional authority finds that Uttar Pradesh has 9 crore 56 lakh rural voters, which is the Election Commission of India. It's the official figure given by the CEO. According to him, Uttar Pradesh rural has 9 crore 56 lakh voters. According to another constitutional authority, State Election Commission, which did extensive revision and has done its draft in the month of December, the number is 12 crore 70 lakhs. Two constitutional authorities are counting the same set of people on the same eligibility at the same time. And their figures are 3 crore 20 lakhs different. In the presence of all these legal luminaries on both sides, I do not presume to speak on law. I limit myself to just facts because, as your lordship had observed, we do not operate in a vacuum. There are larger things that are happening. My point is in two parts. One is a response to Election Commission's response on the facts, because they have responded to some of the things I brought to their attention. Second part is responding to the one thing Election Commission brings up again and again, which is no appeals in Bihar. So in these two parts, I would respond. If your lordship remembers, right in the beginning, the first day I had the occasion to address you, I had said there are three things that we must judge SIR against: completeness, equity, and accuracy. These are three global standards of any electoral rolls. On completeness, my argument was that SIR has resulted in a sharp decline in electoral population ratio, which I had demonstrated in Bihar, indicating that there is a structural design defect. That's a point I've made again and again. It's not accidental. There's a design defect. The problem is not in doing any revision, which must happen, but the kind of revision that's happening. I remember having said, wherever in the world you take this design, it would lead to disenfranchisement. The Election Commission's response is number one, and that's the only thing they have ever disputed. They say that I've been relying on population projections of 2019, not of 2020. They are absolutely right. There was a subsequent projection of 2020, but I think Election Commission forgot to mention that both these projections are identical down to decimal points. I don't see what's the point of mentioning that. The Commission also says that these are mere estimates. Of course, these are estimates. And they quote the committee. The committee says, yes, slight omissions or duplications are possible in our estimate. I agree. But, my lord, slight duplication cannot be 80 lakh people. Slight duplication. And then, incidentally, the errors that happen in the census estimates are errors about birth rate. In this case, we are not dealing with birth rate because everyone that we are speaking about was on census in 2011. So no estimate of birth rate is required. It's only death that we are looking at. Unlikely to make mistakes. And number three, my lord, they say Bihar's EP ratio had exceeded 100 in 2022, something that your lordship had observed, which is absolutely correct. And in fact, that's precisely why I had brought it to court's attention. But the very same graphic shows that it had already come down. The normal process of annual revision had already brought it down from 106 to 97. So the disease was cured before the medicine was given. There is absolutely no connection between the two. May I just draw your lordship's attention to the one graphic that you have, this green one. We are speaking of Bihar, my lord, but Bihar is done. I just wanted to demonstrate to you about the design defect. Every single state where SIR has gone, the voters' proportion has fallen substantially below the population ratio. It's not an accident. Your lordship is absolutely right about migration. But my lord, Bihar is out migration state, everyone knows it. UP is out migration state, everyone knows it. According to the Niti Aayog of Government of India, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat are in migration states. So someone can say Bihar and UP are losing people. Why is Tamil Nadu losing 97 lakh? Why is Gujarat losing 74 lakh? It has nothing to do with migration, my lord. It is straightforward a case of a design. It is not a system.
It may be a case of duplication because these are receptor states. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu are receptor states of migration.
Yes.
So it is possible that these people may have been registered both in the rolls of Tamil Nadu as well as, let us say, in the rolls of Bihar.
That's the whole point, my lord, of referring to the population ratio. We don't have to debate these things. We do know the adult population of these states. Now, one state can go down. Experts can make mistake in estimating migration. Unless the whole of the country is migrating to the USA, all the states cannot lose. And that's the point I'm making. Every single state is losing. There is not one exception. The only exception I should point out is Assam, where SIR was not done. And in terms of ratio, we can see, because your lordship had interest in ratio being more than 100, yes, Tamil Nadu had more than 100. And Tamil Nadu has come down. But in every other case, it was less than 100 and has gone down further. The second point that I had made was about equity. The point was about gender, which is to say, and I remember saying, wherever you take SIR, women will be thrown out of the voters list disproportionately. And my lord, this is exactly what has happened. The Election Commission's response is, look at last 30 years of data. I'm willing to look at last 100 years of data. But my simple point is, before SIR, you were this, after SIR, down. And my lord, if I can again bring your attention to this little graphic, this is exactly what has happened in every single state after Bihar. Election Commission owes an explanation to this country. Why is it that in every single state you go, you take this instrument called SIR, and in every state the gender ratio falls? And by that estimate, may I suggest that 60 lakh women have been additionally thrown out so far. Additionally, SIR is throwing people out. You can say legitimate, illegitimate. About 6 crore people have already been excluded so far, which include men and women. But the disproportionate exclusion of women because of the design defect is 60 lakh. This is shocking, my lord. I had made the point about Muslims being disproportionately excluded. The Election Commission's response is very fancy language. Communal approach which needs to be deprecated. Thank you very much. You must deprecate the Election Commission itself, because in 2001, this is exactly the language used by the Election Commission. I have annexed that document. Election Commission, in the only known instance of use of 21(3), is in Nathdwara in Uttar Pradesh in 2001. To my mind, that was the only known case of use of this. Thakurdwara. Election Commission's language of that order is voters of one particular 15,800 voters of one particular community have been excluded. This is unacceptable. Therefore, we are ordering. So if looking at a community, and that community incidentally were Muslims then as well. If looking at community is deprecatory, I'm afraid Election Commission will have to deprecate a lot of its own records. My third point, my lord, was about accuracy. Now, on accuracy, I'm not arguing that SIR has led to loss of accuracy. We do not know that yet. That we will get to know only much later. The only point I had made was that it does not seem to have improved accuracy, because I had brought all kinds of things to your attention. We had a good laugh about it. Bihar having voter list in Tamil and in Kannada. My lord, the only thing I want to bring to your attention, and this is shocking, I brought this to the court's attention on the 9th of October. You said, yes, they will correct it. 17th of October, almost 10 days later, the final voter list, which went to the polling day, was finalized. And my lord, I have shown that exactly Tamil language, Kannada language, even those handful of gross and silly, ridiculous errors that I had brought to the attention of this highest court of the country, they did not change even those 10 or 15 mistakes. Nothing was changed. This shows the respect that they have for the Election Commission of India. And all this, incidentally, I'm not bringing anything new to the attention. Whatever I'm saying, my lord, is in my affidavit dated 3rd of November, which is on record. And the commission does not even seem to have read that affidavit. I must be very bad with statistics. The last point is about the Election Commission's own claim. Repeated claim everywhere in the country. There wasn't any appeal. Now, that's not statistics. It's a play with English language. Actually, there are 3 different claims that the commission is making, which they have made at different points of time. The first claim Election Commission says is, no aggrieved individual approached this honorable court alleging non-inclusion due to lack of documents. It's an umbrella claim. No appeal is an umbrella claim, which includes 3 different claims. Yes, they are right. No individual approached this honorable court alleging non-inclusion due to lack of documents, because if he did, he would have been a fool. Because by then, your lordship had ordered Aadhaar card acceptance as a 12th document. After that, the business of document became redundant. Why would anyone come to you for that? Why would anyone go there? You had sorted the problem. Obviously, there was no one appealing on that. That's part 1. Part 2 is they say that there were no appeal. And that's the no appeal part actually applies only to that tiny fragment. That once draft list was released, after that, 3.66 lakh voters were deleted. In Election Commission's language, that's the only deletion, because they do not recognize the remaining 65 lakh as deletion at all. So 3.66 lakh, there was no appeal. They're right. There was no formal appeal, certainly. But that 3.66 lakh cannot be used to say there was no appeal on the 69 lakh deletions. That's one. And number 2, my lord, what happened on the ground, and Mr. Kapil Sibal hinted at that, what happened on the ground was this. There were large number of unjustified exclusions in this 3.66 lakhs. Whoever approached the election authorities was told, kar denge tumhara, and they indeed were done. I must thank the Election Commission. They actually incorporated those names. But the simple condition was, तुम्हें अपील करनी है कि नाम शामिल करवाना तय कर लो. Everyone wants मेरा नाम डाल दो जी, मेरे को क्या चाहिए. So large number of names were included. They were wrongly excluded. They were included even in 3.66, but no formal appeal happened because that avenue was blocked. And the final thing, my lord, is on the 65 lakhs. Were there no appeals? Not at all. Election Commission's own documents admit it. In that 65 lakh, my lord, Election Commission says we had 36. I'll give you the exact figure. According to the Election Commission, there were 36,475 claims for inclusion. These are people who were part of that 65 lakh, but who said, my name has been wrongly excluded, please include me, 36,000. But that is not a correct figure. It is not a correct figure because Election Commission to this date does not have any mechanism for finding out. When someone is applying from Form 6, how does the Election Commission know that this is a new person or is it an excluded person who's coming back? There is absolutely nothing in their procedure which says so. So I'm surprised that they think the figure is 36,000. What we did, my lord, because the Election Commission wouldn't give us those figures, so we ran on a computer program these 65 lakh names. And we said how many of these names are found in the final rolls by whichever mechanism. And we found 2,97,921 names, which were in that list of 65 lakh excluded, which were on the final rolls of Bihar. How do they come? Very simply, the man goes to his BLO, mera naam nahi hai. BLO says, ye form bhar do. So this 65-year-old man says, I'm the first-time voter. He fills his form. How do we know this happened? Because of Election Commission's own data. Election Commission tells us that 21.53 lakh new voters were included because they had crossed the age of 18. That's their official description in the document they've just submitted 3 days ago. So 21.53 lakh people were included because they have crossed the age of 18. They have become eligible. My lord, how many of them are of the age of 18 or 19? According to Election Commission, only 19.5%. Only 20% of these 21 lakh people are of an age where they should have used Form 6 to be a new voter. 80% were outside that. Now, I'm not saying all those 80% were excluded voters who were trying to come back, because normally some little things happen. But I'm suggesting that the idea that there were no appeal is absolutely false. We have lakhs of documented cases where people, they did not file appeal. They were wrongly excluded. They tried mechanism, and the only available mechanism to them they adopted, they got in. My only plea, my lord, would be that this be looked at in a larger context. We have looked at all the 12 states where SIR has gone thereafter. I know this is not what we are discussing here, but because what happens in this case will determine the fate of those 12 as well. If you permit me, I'll just leave a written submission on those 12 states and what has happened. And please look at the exceptional case of Assam and the extraordinary case of Uttar Pradesh Panchayat election. They would tell you the real story of what is happening in this. Wherever you do SIR, you have all the consequences that I have mentioned. Because in Assam, they said no enumeration form, no this thing. Zero exclusion in Assam. And incidentally, my lord, I forgot to say, Assam is the only state where gender ratio actually went up after SR. There is not SIR. Wherever you do SIR, gender ratio is down. Assam, you do not do SIR, gender ratio goes from 1002 to 1004. And in Uttar Pradesh, extraordinary case, my lord. 2 constitutional authorities are trying to determine how many voters there are in Uttar Pradesh. Exactly the same eligibility criteria. One constitutional authority finds that Uttar Pradesh has 9.56 lakh rural voters, which is the Election Commission of India. It's the official figure given by the CEO. According to him, Uttar Pradesh rural has 9.56 lakh voters. According to another constitutional authority, State Election Commission, which did extensive revision and has done its draft in the month of December, the number is 12.70 lakhs. 2 constitutional authorities are counting the same set of people on the same eligibility at the same time. And their figures are 3.20 lakhs different. It's a scandal, my lord. May I suggest that some steps should be taken. It's an extraordinary fraud on the constitution that is.
So, Uttar Pradesh, we are yet to deal with mostly Yadav.
I know, my lord. I just wanted to mention that
Pradesh,
because these are design defects of SIR.
You can give your suggestion.
Wherever we have, my plea was just this.